Do you find yourself getting stuck in this cycle of doing the same thing over and over as a musician, as an artist, as an instrumentalist? Do you feel like you just keep seeing the same thing over and over again, or practicing the same routines and just playing the same songs, maybe even recording the same sounding music over and over and over again? Well, this is something that happens to each one of us as an artist, as a musician, and maybe it's time we had to think on that. Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. We've got a great one that's going to be nice and quick, but really informative and really useful. Just before we get deep into this stuff, I just want to take a second to really thank you everybody. You guys have been subscribing like crazy, giving us likes, spending time watching the videos, interacting with everything. What a great community that's just starting to blossom. Thank you guys so much. If you have a second, please just take that time. If you haven't yet, subscribe, give us a like. Keep the rhythm going. We really, really thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. But let's get right into it. Today, I want to address this thing that we all run into as an artist, as a musician, as somebody who deals in the music world, of becoming stagnant, of feeling like we're just doing the same thing over and over, super repetitive, and it becomes very frustrating. It'll drain the life out of you. And plus, if you have a fan base that is dedicated to you and loves what you do, it's a great way to keep that, but never grow your fan base, never get bigger, never expand who you are as an artist, as a musician, never get your skills to a different level because you're just stuck and really just not growing in any direction where you need to be going. So in 6 parts that are going to be very quick, we're going to break down how to avoid this and how to know what's going on. So first part that I just want to address, this is part 1, is just recognizing the signs of repetition. How to know when you're stuck in your. Sometimes you could be doing this for, months or even years and not realize that you've been stuck in the same repetitive thing. And sometimes that's okay and sometimes it's not. Maybe there are some people out there that have hit that stride in their career and that's exactly where they want to be. They're playing the local shows, they're playing the breweries, they're out playing all the shows that they've ever wanted to play, and they never want to get any bigger than that at any moment. That's just fine. But if that's not where you're at, if you want to see how far you can take this, if you want to grow as an artist and musician, get a bigger fan base, you need to start recognizing when you're hitting those ruts and when you're hitting those walls of just repetition. And the easiest way to start recognizing it is just when you are complacent, when you step into the studio, when you step in to record something, when you step in to play a show. If you don't have any butterflies or feeling a bit nervous, that's the first thing that's going to give it away right away, that maybe I'm too complacent. Maybe I've been doing this too long. And all those things are great. And no matter what you do, you're going to become accustomed to it and grow into it and be comfortable with it. But if you're not finding those avenues to challenge yourself, to try something new, to really put yourself out there. And like I said before, if you don't have those butterflies in your stomach at least every once in a while, then you're not challenging yourself. And that's a great way to recognize what's going on. And you're really hitting that stagnant point. And we really want to get out of that for great, great reasons. So let's talk about ways to get out of that, ways to, once you recognize that you're in these circles, you're deep into these cycles of just going back and forth, putting out the exact same sounding music, never growing your skills because you're just playing the same songs and same scales over and over and over again. Let's talk about some things you can do. Part 2 of this is just going to be embrace new influences. And that's a huge one. If you find yourself being just stuck in the same world and not really finding something new that's exciting to you or challenging your repertoire, challenging what you do as a musician or an artist or vocalist or whatever it is, embrace some new influences. Listen to some new music until you find something you like, or go the opposite direction. Go deep, deep into the back catalog of all the music. Get some jazz, listen to some classical, things that you normally would never pick up and listen to, and see if you can't find something that resonates with you, and then take that and make it your own. Find a way, learn the song inside out, make it your own, put your influences up, make it more in your genre. Take those steps to make it your own. I guarantee you just that in itself, one, is going to refresh you and revigorate whatever you're doing. It's going to get that spark going, that spirit going, that you're excited again. It's also going to draw in different fan bases, different artists that may have heard this. Oh, is that jazz classic? But oh, that's a new different feel to it. I really like that. You never know. They'll go check out the rest of your catalog. They'll start going to your concerts. All those kind of things are huge. So definitely a great way. If you can find a new way to embrace new influences, that's a huge way to start pulling out of that repetitious cycle and get moving forward. Next one I want to talk about, part 3 here, and one that we talk about a ton on this show, and I will continue to just hit it home until it sinks in with everybody and anybody, is just collaborate with others, work with other musicians. That is a huge way to pull you out of your rut, because they're going to show you like, hey, that sounds great. Here's how I do it. Let's see how those two things mesh together. And no matter who it is or what you're doing, if you're an open and honest person and really looking to grow, then you're going to start picking up little things here and there. You're going to start to pick up a bit of their influence and work it into what you do. You're going to see how they accomplish things faster and quicker than you might, and try to do the exact same thing. Or even if you're truly humble with yourself and open, then you'll just straight up ask them, how are you accomplishing this? How are you getting to where you're getting? How can I do the same thing? And I guarantee most people will take the time to tell you how they're doing that, what steps you can follow, what was happening when they were in your shoes at that point in their career. All those things come from collaborating with other musicians and being able to expand and see what they do and see how their style of music can influence your style of music. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's honestly one of the best parts of music. Again, we will keep hammering that one home till the end of days as long as we can. So, part 4, let's talk about challenging yourself with new techniques. And this one comes down to mostly in your practice routine, when you're at home, when you're in your bedroom, when you're in your studio, wherever it is you choose to practice or build yourself up, work with new songs, whatever it is. Make sure that you're incorporating new things. Like, are you trying different scales? Are you trying different arpeggios? Are you working in different styles of music? Have you tried different chord structures? Have you tried different arrangements of music? All of those things that you can work in as you're working out your routines, you're getting your practice routines done. If you're adding little techniques every day and every week and every month, just putting little pieces in to what you do, I guarantee you there's no way you're going to stay stagnant. There's no way that you're going to just keep being the same musician, the same sound over and over, because you're adding more. You're finding new ways to express yourself. And I guarantee you when you sit down and you start putting chords together and write that next song, you're going to find a way to incorporate that or add just a little bit of that spice into that song, because you now know how to do that and you want to show it off, or you really like it. And it's just now part of, inherently part of what your style is and who you are as a musician at this point, because you worked on it, you practiced it. Just doing those little techniques, the more that you can add those in, if you're feeling stagnant, if you're feeling like I'm just not getting anywhere and I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over again, nothing's working, this is a great place to start, because you're working on music, you're picking up your instrument, you're working on singing different parts. Try adding in these new techniques, try growing and pushing in that direction. That'll be a huge, huge game changer. Part number 5 here. This one I personally like to tell a lot of people. And if you've come to that point where you are feeling like you're going through the same steps over and over again, you're just getting the same results, it's working, but I'm not growing, I'm not going in a new direction, I don't feel like I'm getting better at this, I'm not drawing in a new audience, I'm not finding new listeners, I'm not getting bigger shows or finding ways to connect and make moves in that direction. Something you can do is to choose a new environment or choose a new team. And what I mean about that is, if you've been going to the same studio or working with the same producer over and over and over and you've been getting great results, that's a great thing. But maybe just for a single, maybe for a quick EP, a couple songs, 3 to 6 songs here or there, maybe take a chance and go somewhere else just to see how it works out, try it out. Whatever it is, just make sure that you have a backup plan. That's always great to have. Maybe the producer doesn't work out, you have somebody else, you go back to your original just for this one, or you make sure you get all the tracks from them and you can just mix and master them anywhere else if you go to a new studio. All those things, but a new environment and new, like, again, this is taking you out of your comfort zone. You're getting those butterflies, you're trying your new things, you've got to perform in front of somebody new, you've got to express yourself in front of somebody new. They're going to see the unpolished version of you. So all those kind of things really pull you out of your comfort zone. And that's the name of the game. When you really want to push yourself forward, try something new, and get out there and, like we said, get that flame going, ignite that spark in your belly and get out there. This is a great way to do it. That doesn't mean just get rid of the people that have done great things in your life. You can go back to them for another album, or do another project with them in another way. Always keep people around that want to support you and have brought the best out of your music. Always keep them around. But sometimes you got to try new things. And I guarantee you, as a studio owner, as a producer of other people, I completely understand when they need to go somewhere else or they got to try something new. It's not the time to get, butthurt and really offended by it. You just move on, do your next thing. It's great. Last but not least, part 6 here of things you can do to switch things up and get things moving forward again. Take breaks and reflect and recharge. And it's basically just taking a vacation as a musician. We all experience burnout in some way or some form, and that's okay. It happens to all of us. We're always on this constant hamster wheel, just trying to create music, create content, create engagement. It's never, ever, ever ending. And it will drive you to insanity. It will make you hate music. It will make you hate what you do. It'll make you hate the parts of you that love to create. And you never want that. And sometimes it's okay just to stop, take a break, take a couple months off, take a half a year off, whatever it takes. Just take some time, go do other things, invest in different hobbies, invest in yourself, and again, try different genres and maybe go in a different direction, try different shows. Or if you're out playing, larger shows or bars or whatever, maybe go play a local brewery or a coffee shop and just challenge yourself, try different things. And a good part of this is the reflect part, where you can maybe just take a second and absorb and let yourself understand everything you've accomplished. Because I guarantee whoever you are, if you're taking the time to watch this, you've accomplished things, you've made things happen, and you need to take time to understand that and really let it sink in and be proud of that. And you're going to grow beyond that. You're going to grow and keep going forward from that point, but really you can be proud of that. You should own it. It's a great thing. So that's it. 6 easy ways, if you feel yourself just in the Groundhog movie, just going through the same day over and over and over again as a musician, this will break it up. This will do the trick. Try these out, I promise. If you have any other suggestions, please share them down below. Those are fantastic. We'd love to share it with all our community. Again, if you haven't yet, take a second, give us a subscribe. That really helps. Give us a like. Anything you can help us boost the algorithm just to keep growing things. Again, thank you guys so much for what you have done. We cannot thank you enough. And stay tuned for next week. We got this great episode coming out. We're going to talk about how to put an EP out into the world in a very structured manner. 10 easy steps for putting out your next EP, 3 to 6 songs. If you have those ready to go, this is the episode for you. Make sure you're subscribed. Watch us on that next one. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you on that one. Bye.